Welcome everyone to a first look at a new Windows Phone app called Complete League of Legends. It's going to be your all-in-one app for everything League of Legends related for both Windows Phone 7 and Windows Phone 8. This app is packed with features, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown before we jump into them. First is news, so there's news from both Riot and the competitive scene, so you'll be able to keep up on the newest information from Riot and also which of the pro teams are winning and losing. It has detailed information on champions, including spotlights, stats, abilities, lore, skins, and recommended items, and it's the only Windows Phone app to include both spotlight and ability videos. It also has detailed information on items, including their cost, what they build from, what they build into, and which champions are best used with the item. It also has up-to-date information on the free champion rotation, which skins and champions are for sale, and the latest patch notes. And these three things will stay up to date. I'm also the author of an app called League Forums, which is the only Windows Phone app that gives you access to the official League of Legends forums from your phone, and allows you to both browse and log in to post replies. I'll be porting that entire app into this one to make Complete League of Legends your all-in-one app. And at the end of this video, I'm going to walk through the forum app briefly so you can see what it's like. I'm very dedicated to this app, and I'll be continually fixing bugs and adding new features, including a summoner lookup and a jungle timer. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. First, let's look at the about. So, if while using this app you ever run into any bugs or crashes, or you've got some feedback or feature you'd like to see, you can contact me via Twitter or email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Take a look at the settings. This app supports 5 regions, so if you're playing in Europe or Brazil or Turkey, you can access just those forums or just the news for those servers. Additionally, for the Brazil and Turkey, which I'll show you real quick, you'll get the news and forums in your language instead of English. So this is what the news looks like for Turkey. So clicking one of these will launch a news article. So the news article contains all of the images and hyperlinks that it does on the website. Let's go back and get back to North America. So here's the news for North America. Like I said, images and hyperlinks are preserved, so you can look at all the things that you would see on the website. And as I mentioned before, I haven't added the forums yet, but I will be. So if you click on this link, it'll get you to the League Forums app, so you can use that in the meantime. But this is my priority 0, supposed to be added in the next update. Let's take a look at the champions. So here are all the champions. This is a jump list, so you can get right to it. So if I want to look at Fizz, go right to F, click on him. So here's detailed information about Fizz. We've got all of his stats, his base health, his health regen, how much he gets per level. We also have the champion spotlight. Clicking on that launches the YouTube video. Take a look at his abilities. So we've got his passive at the top here, his Q, Urchin Strike, Seastone Trident, and so on. So we've got how much they cost, all the numbers about his abilities, so things like that. Clicking on one of these videos here will launch the video for the ability. So you can get that right from your phone. Sorry, it's sideways on the emulator here. Go take a look at items. So these are the recommended items for Fizz, starting out with the Dorn's Ring. Here's what he uses, items that are essential to him, things he should get for offensive and defensive. Whenever you see an item, you can click on it, and it'll bring you to the item page. So here you can see that the Seeker's Arm Guard gives armor and ability power. It has a passive. To build it, it takes 3 items and costs 1160, and it's best on these champions. So let's head back to Fizz. Next we have the lore. So if this is something you're interested in, it's all there, and his skins. And each of these are clickable on Windows Phone 8. And something that I've done is that you can zoom in on these images using the pinch to zoom gesture. And you can actually screenshot the app while you're looking at this and create yourself a nice lock screen right from the app. Alright, let's take a look at the items. So again, here are all the items, and if I want to go to a specific one, I can jump right to it. So let's say that I want to go to the brutalizer. So I go ahead, get right to it. So we can see again, it's info, it's passive, it's recipe, so here's what it's built from, here's what it's built into, and which champions they're good for. And whenever you see a champion icon like this, you can click on it and go directly to that champion. So if you're looking at the brutalizer and you've never seen Rectum before, you can get right to him, see all of his abilities, see his spotlight, things like that. Additionally, we've got a breakdown of the items as to where you can use them. So these are all of the items that you can use in every map. So they're common to all maps. Here are the ones that are just available for Summoner's Rift. Similarly, we've got one, just the ones you can get on Twisted Treeline, and just the ones you can get on Dominion, and finally, just the ones that are available on the Howling Abyss. Alright, and here's the champion rotation. So this will stay up to date all the time. So you can see the champions that are available this week. And next week on the 23rd, this will automatically update to the new stuff. Same with the champions and skin sales. So here are the 3 champions that are on sale. So we got Victor, Jarvan, and Evelyn. And the skins that are on sale this week, or for, I guess, the next 3 days rather, are Sad Robot Amumu, Jaximus, and Pharaoh Nidalee. And again, so when you see a large image like this, if you're on Windows Phone 8, you can click on it. It'll give you a pinch to zoom feature. So if you want to see a closer look at the skin or the model, you can zoom in right on it. And finally, we have the patch notes. So this is the latest one, 3.11. So we've got all the champion information. It's actually, this patch is pretty big, so we've got a lot of stuff there, but you can go ahead and scroll through all of it. Okay, and lastly, let's take a look at League forums. So this is another app that I've created, and everything you see here is going to be included in the app Complete League of Legends. So first off, we've got the 5 most recent apps that I visited, or sorry, the 5 most recent forums that I visited. But I think I'm more interested in general discussion, so I can go over here to view all, and now I can click on any forum that I like. So I've got all of them here, and these will change based on your region. So if you set it to Europe West or Brazil, it'll update. Alright, so let's get back to general discussion. So here are the threads or topics that are visible on the forums now. Let's go ahead and click one of these. So we've got the title, we're on page 107, and here are all of the posts that people have made. So you just swipe left to right to go from page to page. So here, the last post that was made was a minute ago. We can use this leftmost button to get right to the first page. We can refresh it. We can reply to it if we're logged in, and we can favorite it so it'll show up on the home page. So let's go to a Riot post, actually. So here are all of the threads that are active now. Here are some pinned ones. So if we click on one of these, so here, this is a Riot post. I guess it was an announcement. Unfortunately, he was the only Riot post, so let's go find a different one so I can show you one of the features that I've added. So let's go back to the main list of threads. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. There we go. So here's a red post, or rather a thread that a Riot member has replied to. So here we can see that Zelnith is Riot post 1 of 15. If we do a press and hold on the thread, that'll bring up this context menu. We can go from Riot post to Riot post. So here's the second Riot post on page 6. And again, we can jump straight to the next one. Here we go, on page 88. So let's go ahead and favorite this one. And I've already logged in, so I'll show you what the reply looks like. Unfortunately, when Riot updated their forums, that kind of broke all of my posting stuff. So it'll just bring you to a web browser where you can type in some information and then post it. But it all works fine. I mean, so I know it's not the greatest, but it works. So if I get lost, I'm on page 88. Maybe I'm curious what the first Riot post was. I can jump right back to it. So let's go back to the home screen for this app. So I'll slide over. I added news to it before I created Complete League of Legends, but so that's why this is here. So here's the favorite post that I added. You can add as many as you want. To delete it, you just do a long press. You can get rid of it. And then lastly, I have the red tracker. So here are all the latest dev posts that Riot has created, and you can refresh that to make sure. And so if you've had this app open for a little bit and you want to see if there are any new ones, you can go ahead and look at it. Alright, I know some people were concerned about logging in with their information and how secure it was, so I'm going to show you that. Unfortunately, I can't log in all the way without revealing my password, so I've already logged in. Let me go ahead and log out and log back in. So here you can see that I'm bringing you just straight to Riot, or straight to the League of Legends forum page. So I'm not touching anything. I'm not touching any of your information. You just enter it straight into the web browser. So you do your username, your password, and you have to fill out this CAPTCHA. And that's the main reason that it's in this browser is because you can't log in without the CAPTCHA, and there's no way for me to do that without directing you straight to the web page. So once you've done that, you'll get a little message that says that you've been successfully logged in, and then everything should work. That's pretty much it. So let's head back. So I know this video has been a little choppy. It's mostly just the recording software on my PC. The app runs fine on an actual phone, and even in the emulator when I'm not recording. So hopefully this is something you're interested in. Don't forget that I'm adding the forums in the next update, and then I'll be also adding summoner lookup and jungle timers. Thanks.